All right, we've got a midweek post here coming in from the community managers addressing several issues, and I do have several issues with this post because this feels like it's a lot of words and actions speak louder than words, and there's a lot of missing information, and frankly, a couple of the answers are just outright unacceptable in my opinion. This team has wanted to keep players up to date with many issues that have taken place since the 6.4 update. We also want to update you on a few older issues as well. Cosmic Crucible did not start for some players. This week's Cosmic Crucible was canceled while we addressed the problem, and their response to that is this issue will be fixed for the next round. Compensation will be delivered this week, and it accounts for clearing all 6 rooms, and there are the rewards right there, and this will be awarded to every player level 60 and above. Then, Strike Pass, Season 20, early messaging caused players to get the inbox before the pass had started. This absolutely was... the compensation was already delivered last week. RTA daily objectives did not reset for some players. Compensation will be sent shortly. Echo was not in the War Store on Wednesday, but she did show up yesterday. Adam Warlock applying Disrupt to non-protectors in the Doom Raid 3 Bio Node 2. He also has been doing this in other modes where he is a PvE enemy. Someone that I trust confirmed that this is working correctly now. This was not intended, and the fix went live yesterday. Will not do this in any PvE environment now. Now, this is unacceptable right here. Psylocke's passive ability Reinvigorate, applying evade and counter to non-uncanny X-Men, particularly Jubilee on Node 2 of Bio in Doom 3. The PvE versions of characters can have different functionality than the playable versions in your roster. Psylocke has applied this passive to other X-Men allies in other PvE modes, and thus is intended. So this creates a couple of problems, and I don't agree with this. And I don't think this is an acceptable answer. Firstly, well, then make that a part of her kit so that my Psylocke can do that. And the reason why this is unacceptable is there is a strategy where you put slow on Jubilee with Miles. Then you do the basic attack with Ghost Spider and it puts blind. Then you extend the blind, and then there's the problem right there. If your team is too powerful and she drops into yellow, then she gets evasion. And the problem with that evasion is that when it comes, you can't get the trauma on her, because the next turn where you want to put the trauma on her, the evasion, and she doesn't get the trauma. And so you're penalized for having a too powerful web warriors on a bugged kit that they don't want to fix. It's nonsense. I had better luck on Node 2 before I upgraded some of my characters. And the more that I've upgraded my characters, the strategy doesn't work anymore because I can't get the trauma on her because she gets this evasion on Jubilee. And it's actually not, this is not acceptable. I feel like this is a non-answer. We're going to get to some other non-answers also. Increase to war rewards not yet implemented. Anticipated to go live in the next month. On release day of version 6.2, some players reported receiving a few shards for Gambit and Mega Orb fragments. And then there's 2 non-answers in this right here. This bug is extremely difficult to diagnose. As such, we will be sending all players special compensation in the near future as part of our general compensation package, which will be explained further down. In the meantime, this issue will be removed from the known issues of the customer service page. We appreciate your patience on this issue. So what this is saying is we don't know how to fix the problem. Here, take some stuff and leave us alone. The problem is this. It says, which will be explained further down. If you go down to the bottom, it says the team is preparing general compensation package to be delivered in the near future. They don't explain anything. And I don't know if this relates to this, but I got someone send me this screenshot. It says, right, it hasn't been finalized yet. I was going to delay the message any longer just to get the details on the final compensation. Okay. So It's a non-answer, right? We're going to get to it because there's a lot more stuff here. There is a lot more stuff here. All right. So there's going to be a compensation package. We don't know what that is. I'm not sure how I feel about compensation packages. And this is the reason why I'm not really why I'm not really thrilled about compensation packages. I mean, I think it feels good when you get in your items in your inbox and say yes. But remember for Blunder of Summer of Thunder, whatever it was called, Summer of Blunders with the Mighty Thor. Guess what? If you go look at the RTA where there's where one of the rewards is Jane Thunder, notice that there's significantly less shards. Whenever we get compensation for something, it just feels like they give us less later, and we really didn't net any positive. And the best example I have of that is several years ago, there was a big problem with gold, and we got a bunch of gold. Do you really believe we have any more or less gold in the last 3 years than if that compensation was sent out or not sent out? I believe they sent out the compensation, but they just withhold the gold in future events. And the only thing that the compensation really is doing is giving you something now. But that is reallocated from future things and you don't get it later. So I don't want compensation. I want the game to work correctly. And I might be alone on that opinion, but the compensation, they control the economy. They control everything. So what is that compensation doing for you other than you get it now rather than later? And so I'm not particularly sold on compensation in the first place. Let's move on. Some costumes disabled in battle. We're working on an issue. Once the issue is fixed, it'll launch with the client updates. You know what? And I just saw an offer selling the new Wolverine costume, the brown one. And for $15, they're still selling us costumes. Undead Asgardian, a.k.a. Greg, was not interactive against, attended with Kestrel's passive and Doom 3 skill 1. That was fixed. Great. This is one of the more frustrating bugs, and we're going to read this. The find button, not displaying the nodes where your gear or character shards can be acquired. All right, a server, and this is just it's super annoying because it happens on my phone, but it doesn't happen on my PC. Server correction went live yesterday, did not fully fix the issue, so there will be a new version 6.4.1 to correct this. More on this in the next section. Okay, we're going to read a little bit further down. There are several issues that cannot be addressed on the server and thus require a new version. The team is working quickly on version 6.4.1, and it is a high priority to deliver this as soon as possible. It is anticipated to address these issues. 1, campaign energy icon not visible when navigating between Apocalypse Saga and campaigns. The ability material count text shrinks when the player has more than 10 ability material count in the hero menu. The finder button, the find button, is not always listing items in the correct order or listing many of the items, where to find the actual stuff, the actual hard nodes, or the actual nodes rather. The player has to hit the plus icon next to energy in order to get the prompt to buy more. In Alliance raids, the buttons related to raid season and raid store show a red badge of 99 when something can be can be claimed. The achievement visual issue where it's displaying incorrect numbers for achievements. So this is the sentence that, if it's true, I'm glad that they said it. If it's just talk and it comes into the category of harshest critics, one part of this, I believe, is going to be a big meme. While bugs are reality of video game development, and I played a lot of video games, and this is true, but I've never seen a game like this. The volume introduced in version 6.4.0 does not meet our standards. In several aspects, we didn't deliver the best possible experience. Boundless Entertainment takes these issues seriously, and the team is reviewing internal processes. You deserve a world-class experience. World-class experience. We're our harshest critics. You deserve a world-class experience, so we continue to strive for that. All right. I mean, and part of me wants to say, cool, show me. Like, I'm glad that they said it. And we're going to read a comment on Reddit that kind of expresses how I feel about this a little bit better. The team is preparing a general compensation package to be delivered in the near future. Please continue to give us your valuable feedback. Enjoy the new War Scourge today. Unlock Red Hulk and witness his new battle effect. All right. So this post here on Reddit kind of hit the nail on the head on some issues. It says, it's appreciated you're addressing some of the concerns here, but this isn't good enough. And I agree. You still ignore certain issues. People had the ability to complete the month-long Dazzler event for a small purchase, $5. You're not addressing the change in expectations for events and how that was or wasn't communicated, result in many folks not being able to get to the second last milestone with 50 shards. This matters where you're charging $35 for 50 shards and will make the character farmable in 2022. And the issue there, I have 3 issues with this. Is so the Friday's blog post for the event said that you get 5 points for campaign energy and 5 points for whatever it was, right? It was 5 and 4. And then we asked him, and then there was one part of the post said 4-4 and one part said 5-4. The numbers were wrong, right? And we asked the community manager, right? Community manager article said, oh, no, it's 5-4. Well, then he changed the blog post to say 5-4, right? And then the person that knows the correct answer to the question, that it's actually 4-4, because when it came into the game, it was 4-4, and it sat for days wrong. The person that knows the correct information doesn't read the blog post. The community manager wasn't given the correct information to give us, and then when asked about it, he gave us more wrong information, and then it just sat there. So it's frustrating that the people that actually know the correct information don't read the blog post and didn't give the information to the community manager to give us the information. And the result of it is this. You're addressing the change in expectations for events and how that was or wasn't communicated, resulting in many folks not being able to get to the second to last milestone for the 50 shards. This matters. That was the net result of this snafu. There's a lot more missing here. But above all, you're not telling us how you're going to stop this kind of stuff. Telling us doesn't meet your standards is meaningless when you keep doing this. This is the same kind of messaging you had when the Summer of Thunder event, and nothing changed from that, even though you promised it would. You've had more than 3 months to make changes and communicate about them, and instead the game is arguably in a worse state now, and the communication is even worse. You got to do better than this. You're asking for more time and money than before by delivering a broken, frustrating, and confusing product. And I got to say that Chem Nerd, this is an excellent take on the situation. What do you think? And what do you think about compensation? Do you just happy with compensation? I do want to admit that I do like it when they give us compensation. I'm just skeptical that they're withholding us the compensation from the future, and we're really not netting any positive. So let me know what you think in the comment section about all of this. And as always, thanks for watching. Keep on gaming. Bye for now.